My father given name is Ogbonna, but it's too long. My bite your tongue while pronouncing my name. So it's Ogbonna, Nollywood actor, producer, and very responsible young man. Very, very responsible. My role in the movie, a loving brother, having a relationship with his sister, which transcends to something more serious than they envisaged after they were forced to have sexual intercourse from an armed robbery scene.
My life was normal until the day robbers came to the house and forced George and I to sleep with each other.
And now it's hard for us to stop.
Respect for me.
Who's the man?
I don't make friends with people like you.
Why are you eating his eyes like that? What is that?
He was just looking at my nose. And what's wrong with the way I was looking at him?
Abomination!
Leave my side.
And if I don't?
If you don't, I'll have to push you out myself.
I lost every ounce of respect I have for you the day that my opinion stopped to count.
I'm going to give it to you, and I'll return it back to you. Boom, 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 boom.
You caused all this. All this is your fault. Where is George?
How might I have become over the years that you messed with my sister, your sister or your lover?
How long have you been doing it with your sister?
And from their hands, they started a relationship that was different from the normal brother-sister relationship, having sex on constant occasions. And he fell in love with her. Would I say he was obsessed, over her. And this affected her from living a normal life, which she had to fight to live, while he was stuck in the, would I call it infatuation or obsession? Yeah. Well, every role is challenging because for me, I want my fans to be able to watch my movies on TV or on any site where it is, and you can watch 5 different movies and see 5 different people, so I always pass through that challenge of trying to create a new character every single time. Reading the script is the first step where I try to add life to the character, and when you get on set, you might not really know how you want to carry that character onto the first action, and then if you're working with an amazing actor, it just sinks in some kind of way, and then the character is created. So first step was understanding the story, which I did. I understood the story very well. I liked it. It's quite an interesting story. I find it hard to believe that people live that kind of life, but I mean, nothing is impossible. I'm sure that people like that do exist. And it's our job as actors to tell stories the best way possible, and in one way or the other, affect people that are in those kind of situations. While studying acting on YouTube, said the job of a movie is to inform, entertain, and educate. So in every single movie, we try to meet up with this tree. Well, acting is not just a personal job. Like, you could be the best actor or the worst actor. It's not 100% you're doing, You are at some point acting, and at some point you're reacting, getting the feedback from the person you're working with. And as far as I'm concerned, I think that we did an amazing job, because my immediate pair was the person who played my sister, Ife Really. And it was my first time working with her. She was amazing. So I think that the chemistry was right, and I believe to the best of my knowledge, you can always say and think that you did a good job till the post-production. So we hope the editors do an amazing job too. And We hope the sound was good and every other thing to bring out a good picture. Another day, you watch yourself and then see your loopholes and criticize yourself. Because I'm not one to credit myself in any way. Like, I always criticize my work and look for ways to better it in the next production. Excess Luggage was my second production as a producer, and I think I paid so much attention to this particular project because I practically created every single character in the movie because I wrote the story too.
You know how we say, beauty is in the eye of the credit card holder. And you don't need makeup, cuz makeup needs me. You are so hot you started global warming. Queen Bee, go and slay for me and for everyone. World domination is yours.
Bianca, what's going on? What's happening? Hey, what's going on?
Did you even see the bags that came in with how many days did they intend to stay? 1, 2, 3, 7 minutes?
I said shut up.
Oh, please. What are you doing here?
What? Must you shout to Madam Masquerade? How dare
It's like you're back.
No, he's not back. He's still on his way home.
Shut up! Move this thing out of here! I said move this thing out!
How could you bring back those maggots into our home?
I mean, we're not talking about loyalty to friendship. We're talking about loyalty to family.
They're unhealthy. They are diseased. I know the story. I know they're diseased. And I know...
Enough!
I didn't think I was going to play the Naya character, which was the stammerer. I was going to probably play the Derrida character, the gay-looking PA. I wanted to act something I've not done before. I think that was something that I haven't done before, that I was just saying, let me give it a hit. And I was going to take that character because it had lesser scenes, and as a producer, I wanted to pay attention to the production. But the director, a few of the casts that we wanted to work with were not available at that time, and were limited in time, so the director insisted that I played that character. I wasn't too sure of it, but he was the same person that directed the movie I did, Stop, where I played a worry boy with Ebola. And that got me my first AMVCA nomination under under the category of Best Actor in a Comedy. So he told me to just believe in him and do it. So when I got on set for the first day, I was thinking of how to recreate the character, because I created the character for someone else, actually for Alexa Kubo to play. So I was now trying to recreate the character to fit into Ike Ogbonna. I used to be a stammerer. I was born a stammerer, a chronic stammerer. I think until I was like 13, 15, I could barely talk properly. I had real speech problems. I had to stamp my feet on the floor to talk. I had to tap people when I'm trying to talk. It was really, really hard. But I remember my dad, while growing up, he would always tell me, I could work on it. And I would probably sit down in the corner and try to pick my words one after the other. So most people that knew me back then, that see me talk now, they're surprised because they're like, how is it even possible? So that was one of the biggest challenges I had to scale through coming into anything production. And today I find myself being an actor. And for the first time, I had to stammer in a movie, so I had to take myself back to that place. It was harder. I think it's easier playing a stammerer as a normal person with normal speech than playing a stammerer as a stammerer. So it was harder. Because I thought it was going to be a walk in the park, but from the first scene, it was a serious challenge, and I had to remain consistent. Because I was going to change it, I had to remain consistent. So I don't know if you watch the movie, there's a particular scene that my voice was normal, but I was still stuttering. But then the other scenes, I tried to sound a bit like a Sophia. I added the Davido feel to it. I think that made it easier for me. The fact that I had to change my voice, it made it easier for me. But then it was a big problem after filming, because it was set for 8 days, and I was stuttering for 8 days. And as a producer, I was getting angry a lot on set. So I found myself stammering as Ike and as Eyinaya. So leaving set and getting to the next set, it was a big problem, because I had to talk as normal as possible, and I found myself stammering through every single scene. So I was scared for a second. I thought I was back to that point that, you know, I had to struggle. Even till this second, there are times I'm talking and I want to stammer, but because I'm used to it, I find a replacement word. So I might want to say something and I know I would stammer in the next line because I feel it. So instead of struggling into it, I just look for a word to replace it, you know, and that's helped me a lot. I have a lot of people come to my DM to ask me how I did it and to help them out, and I try to advise in any way possible. But hey, that was it.